This journey began in a way of when I was farthest away from God. It started with me being arrested for first-degree murder at the age of 14, and I was sent to Central Juvenile Hall, which at the time held the largest incarcerated juvenile population in the world. But it was here on the night of my arrest that I would have my first divine appointment. And I would see over time that God would arrange in my life for me to meet certain people at exactly the right time in exactly the right place. And on the very first night of my incarceration, the correctional officer who did my inventory and orientated me into the jail began to witness to me about God. She asked me, did I believe in God? What were my feelings about God? And at the time, I had no answers. What I did know is I was an evil sinner, and how is it possible that God could be in relationship with me? On that night, she shared a story with me about God's love. And though I did not embrace it, and though I did not accept it, it planted a seed that over the years would ultimately come to bear fruit. My time in juvenile hall started when I was 14 and would extend until the age of 17 as I went through trial and ultimately would be tried as an adult for first-degree murder. In my time of trial, it slowly broke me down and brought me to an understanding that there was no way for me to avoid a life sentence. In looking at the hopelessness of my future, ultimately I just looked for the comfort of suicide. What was the point of continuing to live if I was going to spend the rest of my natural life incarcerated? But it was in this time that God began to just break me away from my dependency of things on this earth and the beauty of the volunteers that would come. Each week, volunteers would come in throughout various churches and throughout various organizations, but there was one consistent thing of all the volunteers' message, which was the gospel of Jesus Christ. That even in hopelessness, there was yet hope. And no matter how dark, no matter how just difficult the road ahead was, God's hand of grace and mercy could yet reach into our lives and create a future in eternity that was beyond anything we could imagine.